Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about the switch case statement. Okay. Now this switch case statement is similar to else if statement. Alright. Although there are few differences between both, they work in almost similar way. What we do is we check for multiple conditions in both else if and switch case statement. Okay. So let me take an example and explain you how to write the program. Okay. So this is what we have to refer to. What we will be asking the user is to enter a value between 1 and 7. And according to the value entered by the user, we have to display what day of the week it is. For example, if the user enters 2, then we must say Tuesday. If the user enters 5, we must say Friday. If he enters 1, we must say Monday, and so on. Okay. If he enters a value which is not between 1 and 7, or in other words, if he enters any other random value, then it must say invalid input. Okay. So this is the problem statement. Now, the syntax of switch case statement is like this. Okay. Now, I won't explain this to you and confuse you. I will directly write the program and explain you how it works. Okay. So here I will go and here I will declare a variable first. Okay. I'll say int num. Alright. So num is the name for the variable that I'm giving. I have to take this as an input. So I'll say C out and I'll say enter a value or enter a number. Okay, enter a number. All right. Next, I have to take the value that the user enters as input. So I'll say C in and I'll store it in number variable. Okay. Now we will use switch case statement. So switch case statement starts with switch keyword and inside brackets the variable or expression. Okay. So switch and inside bracket the variable or expression. So what are we asking the user to enter? A value from 1 to 7, or what are we expecting from the user? A value between 1 to 7. Where is this stored? It is stored in num, correct? So here we have to say num because we are checking what number is it that user has entered. Okay. So we are switching number. Do not worry right now. I'll explain it in detail at the end. Alright. And then we start or we open the curly braces. And inside this set of curly braces must be the cases. Okay. So case 1 and a colon. Here what do we say? We say C out Monday. Okay, C out Monday. And then break. Okay. So these 3 lines are for the first case. Now what is case, what is 1? I will explain in detail, do not worry. Next, case 2 and C out Tuesday. Alright, Tuesday. And then break. What is this break? What does it do? I'll explain that too. Do not worry. Similarly, let me copy this and paste it for case 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, 7. So here it is 3, sorry, it is 3 and Wednesday. This is 4, okay, 5, 6 and finally 7, Sunday. Okay, so this is it. After this, we need to have a default keyword, default, and it has to say cout invalid input. Okay, invalid input and a break. All right, yes. So now let me run this and check. So it says enter number, I'll enter 3 and it says Wednesday. So case 3 is Wednesday. Okay, I'll run this, I'll enter 1 and it says Monday. Case 1 is Monday. I'll run this and I'll enter 13 and it says invalid input. Alright. So now let us analyze this and learn it. Okay. So here I am taking an input from the user and storing it in num. Okay. So basically we are expecting a number between 1 and 7. Alright. Next we have switch case statement. Here after switch keyword we have num, meaning we are checking what is the number that is stored in this variable num. Okay, so we are basically switching this, and case will have the expected value inside the num, meaning what are the expected values of num. So num will have either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, correct? So these are the expected values of num. So case 1 meaning if the value that is stored in num is 1. Okay, case 1 meaning if the value that is stored in num is 1. What to do? Say Monday. Okay, and end it there, break it. Now, if it is not 1, if 2 is stored in num, or if 2 is the value that is in num, then what to do? Say Tuesday and then break the program. What does it do? I'll tell later, do not worry. Now, 3, case 3 meaning if 3 is stored in num, meaning if the user has entered 3, then what to do? Do this. Okay, and then break. Similarly, it goes still here. Alright. So basically, if you compare this with else if statement, this is else if, this is else if, this is else if, this is else if. Alright. All these cases are else ifs. And finally, we have default statement or default keyword. Default keyword will be activated if the user enters a value outside of this range, meaning if it is not between 1 and 7, if it is something else, then this keyword will be activated and this will be printed out. Okay, yes. So now let me run this and explain it. I'll enter 1 and I'll hit enter. So it gives Monday. So basically what happens is 1 will be stored in num. We are switching num now. Case 1 meaning if 1 is the value that is stored in num, do this. So it checks whether 1 is in num. So I have entered 1. So 1 is entered in num, and so this will be printed, and as soon as it encounters break, everything else will be skipped and the control goes out of the switch case statement. Okay, let me run once again. I'll enter 2 and it comes as Tuesday. So 2 will be stored in num. We are switching number on num. First it checks whether 1 is in num. So 1 is not in num, so this will be skipped. Next it checks whether 2 is in num. So 2 is in num, and so this is executed, and so we get Tuesday as result. After that we have break, and the loop or the statement ends there. Okay, statement ends there. So this is how switch case statement works. You must note that there is a space here, but there is no space inside the case. So it is not like this. It is not like this. The case and the statement and the break keyword come one below the other. Okay. Now, what does this break do? Break terminates the statement. Okay. Break terminates the statement. So let me comment this. Okay. Let me comment this too. All right. Meaning this is this will not be executed. Now let me run let me run the program and I'll enter 1, and you can see I get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is because when the switch runs, when num is equal to 1, this is matched, or this matches because I have entered 1. So if 1 is in num, this will be printed. And since it does not encounter a break keyword, it will execute this, and it will execute this until it encounters a break keyword. It encounters a break keyword here, and so it terminates after Wednesday. When it is printing out the rest of the values, it does not check whether this is there in num. It doesn't do that. Once it checks if num value is 1, if it is 1, then this will be executed, and without checking if it is 2, this will be executed. Without checking if it is 3, this will be executed, and when it encounters break, it will stop the statement or terminate the statement. Okay. So break is needed to terminate the statement. All right. You learn more about break keyword while learning for loop. Okay. I hope this is clear. Now this default is like else. Okay. Else in if else statement. So what does else do? If no condition matches, then else will be executed. Correct? Same is this default keyword. If none of the case matches, then default will be activated, and we get this invalid input as output. Okay. Now let me modify this. Okay, let me modify this to show you that we can combine cases. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are all weekdays, correct? Are all weekdays. Saturday and Sunday are weekend. So now I want to change the program so that if a user enters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it has to say weekday. If the user enters 6 or 7, it has to say weekend. Okay. So let me modify this. So case 1, I will delete this. I will delete this too. Okay. Case 1, case 2. I will delete this too. Not required. Case 4, I will delete this. Case 5. Okay. Case 5. And here I will say weekday. Okay. So case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weekday. And case 6, let me delete this. It is raining outside, probably you can hear that. Alright, sorry for that. And case 7 is weekend. Okay. So basically what I am saying here is, if the entered value is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, say weekday. If the entered value is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say weekday. Okay. If the entered value is either 6 or 7, then say weekend. Okay. So that is what this program does. So let me run this and let me enter 3 and it says weekday. Let me run the program. Let me enter 7, it says weekend. Let me run the program and I'll enter 0 or 9. Okay. So let me run the program and let me enter 9 and it says invalid input. Okay. So for all these values of num, weekday will be the result. For 6 and 7, weekend will be the result. Alright, I hope it is clear. Now, if you have a simple condition, then you can use it in switch, and if you have a very big condition that needs to be checked, you need to go for if else. Alright, yes. So I hope this is clear. This is it for this video. Go ahead and practice the things that we have learnt in this video. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.